Hi, good morning, everyone. My name's Chris Gillis. I'm the Director of Policy and Neighborhood Development at Montgomery Housing Partnership. And it's great to see so many familiar faces today. And hello to everyone on the live stream as well. Again, my name's Chris Gillis. And we're here in the Long Branch community today of Silver Spring. And MHP, for many years, we've been doing community development work. And one of our biggest projects to date was where we're standing underneath today, the Flower Theater Façade. And first and foremost, I want to thank the Maryland Historical Trust for this award today. This means a lot to a community like Long Branch, a small community where the Flower Theater, this is the only historic building we have. So this is very meaningful. I wanted to say that it doesn't take long being here in Long Branch to understand the importance of the Flower Theater to area residents. This is kind of a silly thing to say, but one of the best parts of my job is actually getting to change out the message on the marquee that's standing above us. Just because it's not something I get to do every day, but it's so interesting because every time I'm changing out the marquee message, it invariably leads to conversations with people who have memories of going to movies here, just moments that were made, and you understand from talking with those people, it's not just about the nostalgia of this place. It's really when the movie theater closed back in 1996, it's been closed for almost 30 years, we lost a community hub, a community gathering spot. And I think that's what the community misses, and that there's still a void in the community because of that. Just yesterday, I was changing out the marquee message for today, and no fewer than 5 people stopped me, and I had lengthy conversations with them, and they were retelling their memories. And there was one that really stood out to me. There was a single mother who she recalls she had a job, was working very hard, like a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And every Friday she would take her kids here to the Flower Theater to see a movie. And before that, they would head over to Woolworths, maybe get some candy ahead of time. And it's things like that where it's that tradition that it created within the family. It's more than just the memory. It's a place that enables them to create new bonds with new individuals, strengthen bonds with old family members and friends. And I think that's what we were trying to accomplish with this facade project. It's a building that the community loves, and we understand this. It's never going to be mission accomplished. We were able to renovate the facade of this building, but the inside still needs a lot of work. We want to bring the inside back to life as well, and that'll be the next challenge. So the facade project, it was the first step in our aspirations and kind of restoring this building as a community anchor for the community once again. I was told people I want to thank today, especially one of them just showed up. That's my friend and former colleague, Amy Bieran. She served as the project manager for this project from start to finish, and that was over 3 years. Couldn't have done this without Amy. We had a lot of difficult conversations during the course of this project where there were moments where it felt like this wasn't going to happen either due to funding or just disagreements with the property owner. But we were able to work through all of them, and I really credit Amy for all of that. And just to kind of show you how dedicated she was to this, several months before we began construction on the facade, Amy left MHP for another professional opportunity. But this project meant so much to her that she stayed on as a consultant to see the project through to the end. So again, if there's anyone to thank for this project, it's Amy. So thank you, Amy, for being here today. Yeah, give her a round of applause. I also, of course, have to thank our general contractor, Donahoe, and they're represented here today. Especially want to thank Hunter and Drew, who oversaw this project. A project like this, it needs a lot of care and attention to detail, and Donahoe did just that. They treated this property as if it was their own, and I can't say enough about them. And just to kind of, again, show you just, I think once people see this project, get inside the building, it kind of puts its claws into you, and it does something to you. You see the potential it has, and I think it had that impact on Donahoe, where just the other day, I kind of received a call out of the blue from Hunter. We wanted to check in, see how things were going, because they know of our interest in, again, bringing the inside back to life, and we wanted to see how he could be helpful. So I think that a contractor like that is a rare breed, where after the project finishes, they want to touch base, see how things are going. So thank you to Donahoe for everything you did to make this project a reality. also have to thank Montgomery County Government and the Department of Housing and Community Affairs, and representing them today is Christina Ellis. Christina, you were such a good partner in this. This was one of the first projects to apply for the county's Façade grant program, and we had some bumps along the road. But you were exceedingly patient with us during the challenges that we encountered, and you had just kind of a can-do mentality when it came to this project. So appreciate everything that you put into this all the time. So thank you for being here today, Christina. Also have to give a shout out to the state of Maryland. It was a grant from the state of Maryland and the Department of Housing and Community Development that got this project off the ground initially. We have here today Delegate Ward Charkoudian. She's been a huge supporter of everything we do here in Long Branch. She attends all of our events. She provides letters of support when we need them. She's everything you really want in an elected official, and you're such a champion for Long Branch support. So thank you for being here. Thank you to the District 20 delegation. And we look forward to working with you in the future. And just in closing, I want to again thank the Maryland Historical Trust for this award, this recognition. You know, it goes without saying that when we took on this project, we didn't do it for awards or accolades, but it is important to be recognized for this work. It reminds us of how important the work that we're doing is, and it motivates us for the next project that we'll undertake, the next challenge that we'll encounter. So again, this is really meaningful for us, and thank you for your work. That about this for my remarks. So I'm going to turn it back over to Board District 20 Delegate Ward Charkoudian. Thank you, Lord.
Well, what an honor it is to be here. Thank you all for coming, and to everyone watching at home, let me tell you how awesome Long Branch is. If you haven't been here, you should absolutely come. I love Long Branch. It's such an extraordinary community. Despite all of the challenges that we have here, this community comes together in amazing ways to celebrate each other and to celebrate community. And now it's been wonderful to celebrate this incredible facade. And really, that's just the first step, right? The facade is going to be the thing that catapults the rest of this historic building into extending the community gathering places that we have. Right now, we have many beautiful community gathering spaces, including the place across the street there. That park has been the home to many important connections and celebrations. The restaurants in this community have been important places for gathering and connection. And we all really look forward to when the inside of this building again becomes a gathering place for community connection. But for now, we're celebrating the facade, and it's a real honor. I can't tell you how honored we are that the Maryland Historical Trust has selected this beautiful place, this incredible facade, for this award this year. And so on behalf of the District 20 team, myself, Senator Will Smith, Delegate David Moon, Delegate Janelle Wilkins, we're so excited to celebrate with you. And we have this citation for the Flower Theater project coordinated by MHP in recognition of receiving the Maryland Preservation Award for Excellence in Restoration for upgrades to the historic facade at the Flower Theater. So is there someone who can, like Chris or you or Rob that will come? And I feel like Amy, you probably too should come stand. Anyone else who wants to join us for the official. And I just want to say MHP is an extraordinary partner. The work of Discover Long Branch really has harnessed and built up all of the connections and beautiful activities and support in this community. So really grateful that you all are part of this, and it's my distinct honor to present this to you. So I'm going to put the mic down to the photo.
Well, thank you, and thanks for everyone coming out today for this celebration.
delegates are included, and thank you for your support of this project and your support of historic preservation generally. My name is Elizabeth Hughes. I'm the director of the Maryland Historical Trust and Maryland State Historic Preservation Officer. These awards began in 1975. These awards presented by Maryland, and they are awarded to nonprofit organizations like our recipient today, private individuals, local governments, for work that is aimed at protecting, stewarding, interpreting the stories of places in Maryland that make our state unique. Today, we're going to continue that tradition by recognizing the Flower Theater Historic Façade project managed by the Montgomery Housing Partnership. This project is not only restoring the building's historic appearance, but also helps to reestablish its role as an anchor in the surrounding community, as we already heard. Originally designed by John Jacob Zink and Frederick Moehle, the Flower Theater was built in the Streamline-Moderne style. Now, you can't see that, perhaps, from viewing now, but there'll be photographs showing the exterior facade to demonstrate that so clearly. This style is known for its sleek forms, curved edges, and distinctive neon signage. The theater closed in 1996, but the building unfortunately fell into disrepair after that time. The once bright marquee was dark, the metalwork was corroded, the original ticket booth had been boarded up and forgotten. The theater's closure marked not only the loss of the cultural venue, but a sense of place and memory for the Long Branch community. In 2021, the Montgomery Housing Partnership took an important first step toward bringing the theater back as a community landmark. Their restoration focused on rebuilding key architectural elements: the iconic flower neon sign, the marquee lighting, the ticket booth, and the surrounding facade. When you have a look at the building, you can see that the focus is very much on authenticity as well as long-term sustainability. Specialized contractors were brought in to ensure the work respected the original design while also meeting higher codes and standards. The work was not simple, as I believe you heard. The building's facade included buff brick and limestone detailing, which required expert cleaning and repair. The neon signage was badly corroded and needed to be rebuilt using materials nearly identical to the originals. The ticket booth, to my right, was carefully restored using historic photographs to return it to its 1950 appearance. Today, thanks to Montgomery Housing Partnership's leadership and partnerships, the facade has been fully restored. It once again is a focal point in Silver Spring's Long Branch Business District, which is very busy, as you may be. It's also one that reflects the neighborhood's history while shaping its future. The theater's exterior now does what it was always meant to do: draw people in, spark interest, and reflect the energy of the community around it. So with that, in its 75th year of its opening, we're pleased to present this excellence in restoration award to Robert Goldman, the president of Montgomery Housing Partnership.
Thank you. What an exciting day. Maybe a little overcast in the skies, but sunshine amongst all of us. So we are very excited to receive this award, and so I want to thank the Maryland Historic Society for this great award. And, MHP is, believe it or not, given what we're talking about today, is an affordable housing developer. We develop quality affordable housing in Montgomery County and throughout the region. But we take a sort of a comprehensive approach to that. And so it's not just about building affordable housing, but it's also about empowering the residents that live at our programs, doing a bunch of resident service programs that help provide opportunities for our residents. but it's also about strengthening the neighborhood around where affordable housing is located. And, residents don't succeed unless the community is succeeding. And so that's why our neighborhood work, which is why we're here today, to celebrate this theater, is part of that effort. It's an important part of that effort. So I really want to thank Chris and Paul, who's not here, and Christina and Amy for all their efforts, and many other people at MHP for all the work they do for the Long Branch community. One of our visions with our neighborhood work in Long Branch was, we saw all this great potential, and we knew the Purple Line was coming and a lot of things, but it wasn't coming. It still hasn't come yet, but it's coming. And we knew that we needed to bridge that gap and to still make this a lively place. And so, the place-making approach to developing neighborhoods was really a central part of this. And so as you walk around Long Branch, you see a bunch of murals, you see the park across the street has been livened up. It has lots of activity now, and the businesses are facade improvements and murals and many other things that bring people together. But you can't talk about Long Branch without talking about the Flower Theater. The Flower Theater was built in 1950. This year is its 75th anniversary, so we're really excited that this award comes on an important moment in the history of this theater. But this was the theater. This was the anchor that brought people together. So it's not just a historic building. It has a lot of history, a lot of memories. My wife and her family used to come to this theater all the time, and they had many fond memories of the theater. And many people in this community were devastated in '96 when the theater closed, and it's now vacant. And so the first step is the facade improvement. As we said, returning the lights on to the marquee is really symbolic. The lights on for the community. Ultimately, the goal is to work on the interior so it can be a hub of excitement for this neighborhood, something that will bring more people into it and help the businesses, help the whole community thrive. So I do want to thank a lot of folks that Chris covered the whole gamut, but really appreciate the funders, the Department of Housing and Community Development, for the seed money to make this start working. I think Department of Housing and Community Development, Papers Foundation, as well as many other supporters, and really appreciate Maryland Historic Trust for this really exciting award. So thank you very much.